And today let's talk about how body gives us some amount of symptoms of several things that's happening. So we don't heal by silencing or ignoring our body. Okay. I know I did a video about how stress works in different bodily system, but we kind of silence the discomfort. We push through our pain. We pretend we are fine, but the body is not working against us. So we need to know that body is much more intelligent than what we know as knowledge on this planet. It is always protecting you. Body is always taking you in a direction where it wants to survive, it wants to sustain life. Every cell biologically has intelligence where it wants to sustain life. And that's the main motive of the body. So even if you're drinking diet soda as your diet, you're swallowing chemicals, body will protect itself just to sustain that consciousness that resides in the body. Of course, I've made several shorts on saying how we have to return our body, which is like a rental car, and you don't want to return it dirty and literally ruined. So maintaining the body by giving it the exact thing is crucial. So let's start with the skin. So skin actually is the surface. It's like what's happening with skin: the eczema, rashes, itching, psoriasis, sudden sensitivity that can trigger. So now skin is our, like a blanket. It's the coziness that protects us from a lot of things. And your skin is the border between you and the world when boundaries are violated. Okay, so you listen to people and people don't give you that space, and your skin reacts where your voice could not protect you. Your skin will say, I don't want to be in this environment. That's why it shows up as a lot of skin issues. We allow unwanted closeness. We tolerate invention of our space. We say yes when we want to say no. And the skin erupts in distance. When you forget to defend yourself from external situation, your body will start to show that, hey, the inflammation I will cause on your skin. So you start learning to say, this is not okay. Please do not touch me. Please don't come near me. So if you notice, eczema is a place where kids go when they just feel uncomfortable with the feelings that is generated around them, or they might have issues in the family, they might have parents fighting. So there's multiple causes on a different level, but mainly understand your skin is saying, I don't like this, I am over it. And that's when it's just throwing everything. Of course, inflammation is thrown out of the skin because the liver is kind of either clogged or not producing, it's not doing its exact function that it needs to do. So that's another way of really approaching this whole issue. Now, when you go towards eyes, why do we have eye issues? Because we refuse to see. I had a client who wanted to be Veronica from Scooby Doo with thick glasses, and she got it. So, this is how we, kind of match to I don't want to see this environment. I don't want to see this fight. I don't want to see this person. And without even mentioning it verbally, our eyes actually gives us that whole issue: blurry vision, eye strain, dryness, twitching, headaches behind the eyes, then sensitivity to light. All these things, it's just the world is not safe. I don't want to see this. And you want to witness truth, but you are ignoring all the red flags. You deny your intuition, and you romanticize the situation that has hurt you or caused kind of disharmony within you, And then you overlook betrayal. That's another reason sometimes we really get into the I issue, because you overlook betrayal, you justify disrespect, and you pretend like things are fine, and you want to stay in that relationship. Now, your soul already knows that this relationship is not going to work. A lot of time with women in divorces, they just want to stay there because they just feel like they want to force everything happening instead of changing it, because they don't want to see it as clearly as possible. The eyes rebel, okay? Vision fades with when honesty is missing. Then body refuses to actually notice the truth, because you are constantly lying to your own self. So almost all eye problem can really come up because of these things. Next, if you go towards joint issues, I love this one because your ego refuses to bend. It's so beautiful when you are stubborn, when you are holding your space and saying, I don't want to move. So we have joint stiffness, arthritis, cracking sounds, heaviness. Um, root cause can be anywhere where there is psychologically there is no flexibility, when your ego becomes so rigid that you're afraid of losing control. You want to be in control. Being wrong or stepping into a new identity is all something that you want to protect yourself. You want to protect your old self, my way or highway. You postpone decisions. You also stay in expired roles, as in you avoid ending. You somehow want to be this nice person. You choose familiar suffering over unknown because change is too much. I just want to be in this position. So movement feels like it's dangerous because it demands evolution, right? So the joints will revolt. And then pain shows up from weakness, and there is resistance to everything. So the body actually doesn't know how to soften enough to move through these things, because life is a constant change. It is never my way or highway. You have to accept your team members, the roles you're playing. Things differ. Changes happen. Sometimes you're not in control of external situation. You have to give yourself some slack. Also, if you've had a mom who has been very critical, everything is criticized. When you become self-critical, you also have those joint issues. And when you feel like you have anger stored in those joints, it's when our amazing RH comes in. Arthritis is like a great way to tell you, hey, just lose control, go with the flow. Another organ that kind of really works when we are in misalignment is our stomach, which is so beautiful. It instantly will tell you what you can't digest. You start storing. So what you don't digest, you start storing them. So this is where acid reflux happens, ulcers happens, chronic digestive issues. Then the stomach is like the main thing that is sensitive. So if you are actually meeting a friend, you don't like them but you eat with them, you go back home and there is indigestion. We think indigestion is something so mundane and small that we don't pay attention, but guess what, our stomach is giving us so many clues every day, in and out. If you can really focus on just the stomach, Ayurveda says protect your Agni. Your Agni is crucial. So when you're unable to process emotions and experience, resolving a conflict or distress becomes your literal way of living. You swallow feelings and you have resentment, but then you suppress it. These are all unacceptable for the stomach because you don't know where it belongs. It's not able to digest, first of all. So then the pain in the belly, because there's no more room for all these emotions to be digested. So our stomach acts first, and we kind of, just shove it to the back because, oh, somebody else takes care of us, right? A pill, antacid, everything else, because we don't want to focus on what our body is saying to us. It's like those lights turn on in your car, you freak out and you go to a mechanic to fix it. But your body is beeping constantly and you are unable to even, look at what's happening. Next organ that is amazing, but this happens over a period of time with the stomach, with the skin, with everything else. Then we go to our beautiful organ called heart. Now, the grief is heavy. When my dad passed away, I got hit by grief. It was so beautiful. I can't even explain how amazing it is to experience being human and experience all these emotions. Sadness is subtle, like cloud, but grief is like a rock hitting at you. Now, you get high blood pressure, you have piercing chest pain when you don't resolve grief. Allow these people to make a difference in your life, but when they're gone, you don't have to miss them. They have been promoted, so you need to be happy for them. You forbid yourself from emotions just because you're shamed or you fear that somebody might say something. When you actually live without intimacy, you deny the connection, you don't forgive yourself. Heart generates symptoms to grieve and love that you denied, and the emotions you just buried alive. So, heartache, heartbreak, it happens. Life is all about being human and enjoying these emotions. We come on this planet to just enjoy these lower vibrations and emotions and overcome it so that we can vibrate at a higher frequency. So that's called evolvement according to a healer language. Now, so heart gives in the minute you just hold on to all these emotions. You don't know how to process. You don't know how to process this hurt. He hurt me. No, that person just did what they had to do. They read a script. They read their brain vomit. But then that whole words, you let it all pierce through your heart and you talk about heartbreak, heart attack. What is it? It's just you neglecting the boundaries that you needed to put, you neglecting your emotions, you neglecting your own existence. So that's where heart shows up. Next one is actually, this one is also related to bone, but a lot of women or everybody who just goes towards that older ages say, knees, my knees. I don't know how to overcome this knee pain. Okay, stop being scared of moving. Pain, stiffness, inflammation, cracking sounds, difficulty bending or climbing. You are very fearful and unsafe of your next chapter. Your knees freeze so that you are kept where you are, So you postpone decision, you again avoid ending, you cling to familiar suffering, you stay in the roles that are outgrown. The knees will say, hey, I can't hold anymore. This is too much. Pain appears only from weakness and resistance. So body refuses to walk into the future because you are super scared. So that's where the knees are like, I can't bend. I don't want to bend because I want to control. I want to hold on to this phase of my life. It's just stable for me. Yes, that's when your knees actually really hurt more than you think of. Go with the flow and you will start noticing a lot of these things will just go away by itself. Next one is our mouth, the prison of unspoken truth. What do you think? You are holding that jaw tension, your teeth grinding, your mouth ulcer, dryness, you're clenching, you wake up with teeth pressed tight. Anger hasn't been digested, it's all getting shoved in your jaw. The mouth is the exit of the truth. When you silence your needs, you swallow anger and speak to please instead of being vulnerable. Just be an open book. Everything you say has a meaning, has an importance to it. You lie to avoid conflict. You smile when you want to scream. You apologize for just existing. You stay polite while your soul is just, screaming and saying no. And you also hold on to that fear of losing love, and your mouth rebels. So then you go to the dentist, you go to, ENT specialist, resolve the symptoms, but it never goes away. Um, Again, your body is telling you, hey, take account of what is happening in your life. Now let's go for one other one. That's my favorite. It's the back. The back gives in to the weight that you're holding. So persistent lower back stiffness, shoulders that feel like stone. You're carrying responsibility, not just yours, but others who have told should. As women, we get so many shoulds. You should be this. You shouldn't be doing this. You should be doing this. You confuse with being useful and being worthy. So you become everybody's backbone, whereas your back is giving up. You take duties that you never agreed. You resolve problems that you didn't create. You endure roles that you outgrow of. You're terrified of losing people because you're holding everything together. You have to really understand that it's important for your soul to do its job. It's not a fun thing to neglect all these organs, because these organs are there to help us with every single situation that's happening in our life. It is giving us a lot of information. Now, so don't burden your back so much that your body kind of is giving up. All these people who sit 8 hours, the techie workers, they don't understand that they are taking so much of responsibility over themselves by just sitting there constantly. They don't want to pay attention to anything that happens to them. And then they add this amazing stressful eating. Your spine needs help. Go for a massage, go swim, go do something that your back enjoys. Strengthen your back. Guys, if you don't understand karmically the damage you're doing to your body is going to come and bite you at your back. That whole, in Ashburn, I can't get a locker for more than 3 years because everybody is hoarding 2 or 3 lockers, and you're all hoarding different things and saving your money for what you're going to end up paying later. Money is an energy that's given to us to circulate, not to hoard. Of course, I'm not going against investments or, all kinds of those things. Do it, but not at the cost of you hurting. Your back is hurting. You don't have time to go work out and take care of yourself. You have stomach issues, you have IBS, acid reflux, and still you just push through your life. That's sad. Not just sad, it's pathetic, because you are not even understanding the gift you were given. You need to come to conclusion, your body is the best thing. It's your biggest asset. As I always say, it's the ticket to this party. If you don't want to end up in places where there's shoulder replacement, back surgeries, take care of yourself, please, because no one is coming to help you. I can only say all these things through my YouTube channel. I'm happy here to help you guys get your back strengthened, breathe, figure out your digestive issues, work with managing whatever you want. Because I invest so much in learning how to help, and nobody's going to come and fix you. There's no one pill solution for all these symptoms that you're experiencing. That is why I'm taking time to make this video, so you guys get to know what needs to be the right time for you to address all these situations. Now let's go to the next one, throat. Swallowed through truth. You are holding on to your own truth. That is just, changed by so many people. Frequent cough, tightness in the throat, infections, lump that won't go away, your thyroid functions are diminishing or increasing, you are silencing yourself. All those team meeting that you go to where you want to speak out loud and tell that coworker to shut up, but you're not able to. You just put this filter on and say, "Oh no, my coworkers are great and amazing." Every unspoken word becomes attention. Your throat is forced to hold it. You stay quiet to avoid conflict. You swallow your anger and apologize. Even when you're hurt, you're pretending. It's going to really affect your throat. Your throat will rebel, it will refuse to not take this pain or pressure. Healing begins when your voice stops protecting others at the cost of yourself. I'm not saying be rude, be direct. Just know that what you're doing is irreversible damage to your organs and to your own body. I love another one. The next one is our cholesterol buildup. Like I get so many clients with this whole thing. What are you doing? Just because you can develop a thick skin and know to say no, your internal organs are developing those walls in your arteries and veins. Do you get it? They're protecting from inside. So again, these are all some organs that really revolt. But again, also, I have another one that is very beautiful. This happens with the kids, especially middle school, high school, is when they shut down their ears and they don't want to hear. They actually miss out on a lot later because everything good that is coming towards them, they don't want to listen because they somewhere told themselves, I don't want to listen to you. So, you know, again, you be the judge. There are different organs too. If you want videos like this, let me know. I'll be more than happy to really tell you what's happening with your body because it's so important as a healer. I see all these areas clogged, really holding on to guilt, shame, fear, anxiousness. And then you go take anxiety pills and you get nightmares because most of the anxiety pills cause nightmares, and then that leads to insomnia. Then you go for sleeping pills, and then you're diagnosed with Parkinson's. It's so simple. All pills have some kind of side effect. If you can really focus on your stomach first, whether you're hungry, is there a burp, is there gas, notice it. Your body is telling you something. If you can correct it there, a lot of things can be avoided completely. So I hope this helps. I will see you in another video. Thank you. Bye.